Hi everyone. I just figured I'd make a quick little video today. I haven't done one of these in a little while because I've been kind of busy with other things. It's just the way life goes that sometimes you lose track of time and you figure, oh wow, I haven't made a video in about 3 or 4 weeks. Wow. So let's see if all this stuff still works. If you remember last time I was working with a new microphone, and that's the one that's right in front of my mouth right now. I'm running it through a little piece of it's called a Wave XLR, which really helps out the voice, makes it clearer, makes it a little deeper. It takes care of all of the hollow effect that might be occurring in this room. I mean, this is an unbuffered room I'm in. It's just my office. It's where I do the videos. It's where I work on my condo business. It's where I do my volunteer work. It's where I do everything. So it's really a working office and not really set up for sound. Anyway, so I hope the sound sounds pretty good. So anyway, this week was a pretty good week for us. We did a lot of things. We did a lot of driving around in the two cars. I just got the BMW X3. We really love that car. Well, I really love it. The wife doesn't think that much of it. She thinks it's a little too fast for her. Yeah, because the thing's a little rocket. And it really it really goes fast with that M package and that dynamic handling and all of those bells and whistles and the 19-inch tires and all the stuff that I had put on it extra. Anyway, she wasn't prepared for what that thing would be like. But she's still driving around in her little Mini Cooper, and not that that's not a fast car. That's a pretty fast car, too. She loves that little Mini Cooper because, well, I've got to kind of fall into it, and I've really got to climb out of it. It's perfect for her, being 5 foot tall. She can just sit in that thing and stand right up. It's like no big deal for her. So anyway, I guess we both got the cars that we want. When I have to go out with her, I go out in the Mini Cooper. She drives. I don't drive that Mini Cooper. It's her Mini Cooper. If she comes out with me in my BMW, she don't drive that because she has a hard enough time getting in and getting out of it because it's a little higher than her little Mini Cooper. So that was pretty much it. Today was a pretty good day. I was playing around on T-Mobile yesterday with my bill and looking at it. I'm going, wow, geez, they're supposed to be billing me like $35 for 2 lines at $70 a month, and my bill's like $145. So I said, oh, why is that? So come to find out that a couple of things. The one, they were billing me for 2 lines separate, not just on the same plan, but two separate plans. And then they had a third line in there that God knows what that is. So I said, well, I'm going to gather up all this stuff and go to the store because, I'd rather go speak to somebody than try to do it on a phone because doing it on a phone can be rather problematic. So going in, we actually get right in. There's no big line in there. It was pretty cool. Of course, it was when the mall just opened. By the way, Hoyok Mall now opens at 11 o'clock in the morning, closes at like 7 at night. So, if you go earlier than that, none of the stores are open. If you stay later, you're going to get kicked out. Anyway, so we went into the T-Mobile, and right away we got served. And the guy said, "Well, geez, it doesn't look too right. I'm going to make a phone call." So he goes away, and he comes back in about 10 minutes because I'm sitting there going, "Well, 10 minutes. This is going to be quite something." So 10 minutes later, the guy comes back and he says, yeah, they're really overcharging you." He says, "Well, what they did is they credited you for all the overcharges." And he said they straightened it out. There's only 2 lines on there now, and he said you should be all set. So I had him set up Karen. We were having difficulty setting Karen up as a fully authorized user on T-Mobile, so we set her up as fully authorized user and left the store quite happy. I mean, there's Johnny on the spot when it comes to making the corrections. I think their website still needs a little work because sometimes it's a little sluggish, it's a little slow, and if you read the comments out there, most people find that their website is needs work. But anyway, so something to point out about T-Mobile that you may not know is that they did buy out Sprint, and so their network is way bigger than it ever used to be, and it is really the largest 5G network out there, no matter what Verizon tells you. The only thing that might bother some people about T-Mobile is that it is a German company and Verizon's an American company, so that might affect some people in the way that they view things. Me, it's all global stuff. I don't we live in a global world, so I don't really buy into all of that stuff. So, next thing up was I noticed this week that Ms. Pelosi decided to take a 24-hour stop in Taiwan. I didn't necessarily agree with this because I feel that foreign policy is in the realm of POTUS, and she should leave that up to the Secretary of State, Joe Biden, and his people. Joe's got enough problems. He really doesn't need Nancy going around stirring up the pot when it involves China. I mean, if she can go to any other country you want, but she got warned, don't go to Taiwan. She got warned by China. So what happens? She goes to Taiwan, and so they put their whole fleet, or their southern fleet, on alert and send them into the Taiwanese waters, and they're running exercises in supposedly ocean waters that Taiwan claims. So it's a whole crap show down there in the southern waters of Asia. And who knows where that's going to come, if it's going to end up being a blockade or whatever it is. But she ends up being, pissing off the Chinese. And one of the last things we don't need is Chinese pissed off at us, Russia pissed off at us, because the two of them combined together can cause some serious hurt on people that are already hurting in this country. I mean, with gas prices and prices for food, it's just insane to try to live here, trying to buy your drugs. I mean, particularly if you're on Medicare. Oh, that reminds me, the new bill. Yeah, there's a new bill being passed in Congress. I think it's passed because Joe Manchin, it's the bill that he's signing on for. And I love Joe Manchin because he's the middle of the road Democrat. I haven't seen one of those in a long, long, long time. So I welcome the fact that Joe Manchin has some power there and can do some things down the middle of the road. So this bill, all the people on the right are pissed off because of this bill. All the people on the left are pissed off on this bill. So that's a win bill, by the way. When both sides are upset over it, that's actually a win for all of the middle class because, generally speaking, those are the middle of the road bills that used to pass all the time when Clinton was in office working with the Republican Congress with Newt Gingrich. So they were always, working together, passing these middle of the road bills that generally worked out pretty well for the middle class. So I'm thinking it's a win. I didn't like part of this bill which put a way too much money into the clean energy stuff, because I think there should have been more of that money put into helping people, social programs that help people with food and help people with their day-to-day living expenses, because I think there's a lot of people that are falling into poverty right now, and they need some serious help. And I mean, you're going to get a lot of people, oh, they should go get a job and stuff like that. Well, neither here nor there. There's a lot of families hurting out there that need some help. All you got to do is look at the streets and see the beggars and see the homeless and stuff like that. There's a lot of people out there needing help, and we shouldn't have that in this country. Socialist, yeah. Okay, I can be a socialist sometimes. I can also be a Democrat sometimes. I can be a Republican sometimes. I can be a little bit of everything because I'm a libertarian, and libertarians by nature share a lot of ideas from both sides, left, right, and in the middle, between. We're also very wanting to be very patriotic, if you will. There's another word for it that I'm at a loss when I'm giving these straight off unscripted videos. Anyway, so I thought that the guy in the United Nations that came out yesterday or the day before and was talking about windfall profit tax, I thought that was a pretty good idea. I said, geez, maybe we should do that, because I know that that's been tossed around for a little bit. But these big oil companies are making 1,000 times more profit this year than they have ever made. That's a big number. I mean, that's a lot of money. And if you think about where crude oil prices are right now, they're at where they were about a year ago when gas prices were $3.15. Well, newsflash, our average gas price is at $4.15. So it's still $1 more a gallon than they were last year. So, it's probably time to address that. And windfall profits tax. I could see that. Use that money to either pay down the debt or help people out. I mean, one or the other. I mean, I think it's a little too soon to worry about paying down the debt, because I think there's still a lot of hurting people out there that need a lot of help. Anyway, so like these videos or not like these videos, it's really from the heart I speak. I'm an old guy, and I have a lot of different viewpoints. Some of them conservative, some of them liberal, some of them not moderate, some of them are my own. A lot of people agree, a lot of people disagree. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the heat wave that we're in, our kind of looking like our second heat wave. I mean, it's going to be 98 degrees today, and it's probably going to be a little more humid and warm tomorrow on Friday up here in the Northeast. Stay hydrated if you're outside. Stay inside if you can in the air conditioning. That would be great. Other than that, see you next time with another one of these videos maybe. You all have a nice day.